What's going on YouTube? Happy Monday to you. Thank you guys so much for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Today guys, it's on a Saturday when I'm filming this. We're out here, we're watering. We're still in it's 10 o'clock and it feels like it's already in the 90s. It's just still brutally hot. I know you guys probably get tired of me saying that, but I just like to tell you the conditions here on the ground. I've got the sprinkler going right beyond the camera here, trying to water some of my stressed out spots still. But today we want to talk about, I want to do another video. I think we did this not too long ago in the past, but once again, I want to talk about pre-emergence and I want to talk about some Poa Annua just really quick in this Monday video. For those that may have missed the past video, now they're starting to tune in because fall is getting even closer. We're almost on the doorstep of September. And so we want to talk about that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get into the video. Again, thank you so much for checking out the video today. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Check out channel memberships. Check out the super thanks down there if you want. It helps to contribute to help the channel to continue to grow, continue to help the channel get out there to other people. Thank you so much for those that are members. Appreciate you. Mr. Larry Bird's our newest member. Thank you so much, Larry. There's your shout out, man. Thank you for being a member. I do want to mention before we get into pre-emergence, before we get into the topic today, we have scheduled in stone now the next live stream for September. You guys overwhelmingly said, hey, I enjoyed that. Just 3 guys kicking it, you know, talking about lawn care, answering questions, 3 DIYers. We're not professionals. We don't claim to be professionals. We're all on different levels. And when I speak of that, I'm talking about Mr. Blake, Mr. Kevin. Mr. Kevin's kind of between, he's the middle guy. I've kind of been going longer than them. Mr. Blake's new to it. So you've got 3 different perspectives there, 3 different lawns here in Central North Carolina. We're going to do that live stream September 8th. It's already scheduled. Hopefully we don't have any problems starting the stream this time. But September 8th at 7 o'clock, that's on a Friday. So if you'll go over there right now, if you can find it, I'm not sure, YouTube's weird when you schedule a live stream, but you may be able to say I'm waiting or remind me about this when it pops up. Again, Friday nights seem to work the best. So tune in. Check it out. We're going to try to answer your questions. I figured that you guys are going to ask about overseeding, about pre-emergence, about, you know, Etho4SC, about ethofumicate, about tenacity, about lime, about pH, about aerating, those type fall topics in a cool season lawn. So if you've got questions, if you're working on something like, man, I wonder about this, let me ask these guys. Doesn't mean we could necessarily give you a definitive answer, but we may be able to point you in the right direction. So tune in to the live stream September 8th, 7 p.m. right here on my channel. Check it out. All right, so jumping into the topic, I want to go over this again because now we're here. We're no longer talking about it in preparation. Many of you, some up north, some around North Carolina, we take the summer off. We're not paying attention to the lawn. We neglect it. We're like, whatever, like do its thing. It's dormant. Now we start trying to pay attention a little more. I hate the house and the shot there. Let me take that out, sorry. So that's why I want to redo this. So I want to start this video with the most important information, and that is for my fellow local North Carolinians. But according to NC State, you that have been around the channel know I keep quoting this over and over and over again because it is so true. We get a lot of people talking about Poa Annua. We get a lot of people, how do you stop it? When's the time to do it? According to NC State turf grass home base down in Raleigh, the extension of turf grass at NC State, according to them, September 1, which is coming up very soon, till 30 October is when 80% of our Poa Annua begins to germinate in our lawn. 1 September, 30 October. Again, depending on your location of where you live and what state you're in, that may fluctuate. If you're up north, it's likely going to be back that up into August. If you're down south, it may be push that forward to maybe mid-September. I'm not sure. But that is when, if you're in North Carolina, that is true for you. That is very critical to what we're doing here in fall. And so if I'm in North Carolina, last year I found this information out. I did a little bit of digging on NC State's site. Use your local extensions. If you're in Virginia, Virginia University should have some information on this. If you're way up north, you know, at Penn State should have some information for you in your local community. Take 10 minutes to kind of research, when does my Poa Annua begin to germinate? So what that tells me is this year I'm ready. And behind me, I'm not going to show it because it's just a bag, but I've got my 007, I believe is what it is. Let me show you the paper. My 007 professional fertilizer dithiopyr. Dithiopyr, we know that prodiamine is a very known pre-emergent for Poa Annua. And so is dithiopyr, dithiopyr, however you want to pronounce it. So the one thing I just wanted to speak about this is what I'm going to be throwing down very soon, obviously. If our Poa starts germinating September 1st, I need to throw down on September 1st and water that sucker in and have it ready, if not a day or two before, right? So that's why I wanted to start this video off with my local North Carolina and local people that watch this channel. If you're doing pre-emergence and you're not overseeding, now, that's a caveat, right? If you are going to be, but Mr. Ferguson, I need to throw down grass seed. My lawn is so dead, I need to thicken it up. Then you don't want to put down such a product, right? Because we can't put down seed and prodiamine or dithiopyr at the same time. Can't do that. You're going to ruin your seed, waste your money. These are pre-emergents that last a long time. Now, when we talk about tenacity as a pre-emergent and post-emergent, when we talk about ethofumicate as a pre and post-emergent, those aren't in the same, they're both post and pre-emergents, and it sounds like they're equal to these, but they're not equal. Prodiamine and dithiopyr are long-lasting pre-emergents. So we cannot do, that's the problem with us cool season lawn people that I learned very early on. We can't lay down and overseed and thicken up our lawn and also stop Poa Annua with one of these products. We have to choose. That's the big choice. And the workaround of that, we'll get here in a minute, we've talked about it, is the ethofumicate, the tenacity. You can put down multiple tenacity applications, one at the time of seeding, your second one after your second or third mow of that new seed, you can put down tenacity applications, and it is supposed to suppress Poa Annua. With ethofumicate, it says put down in fall 2 to 3 apps. It is safe to put down at seeding, and I believe we can put it down 21 days later and 21 days after that for 3 applications, and it's supposed to not only post-emergent kill existing Poa, but to stop it as well, and you can overseed. So that's why we've been talking about ethofumicate a lot on this channel. But going back to these products, prodiamine and dithiopyr or dithiopyr, this is what I'm going to be laying down in my lawn for the sake of I don't want any Poa Annua, and this year, the first year, I'm going to be putting this into my entire lawn. If you're interested in dithiopyr specifically, I'll have a link below. We've put links to prodiamine everywhere. So I've moved to the front yard because it's so hot. The phone is getting hot. So we're limited on our time here, so I do apologize for the change of scenery. Got the sprinkler I'm messing around with too. So most of you, just to kind of finish out this video, what I want to relay to you is most of you are not going to do what I'm doing. I'm putting pre-emergent across my whole entire lawn and not overseeding a bit for the first time ever, front yard, backyard, side yard, everything, to stop Poa Annua and to promote growth. The reason why I'm doing that personally is because I've seen from my drone pictures, I've seen after mowing, looking down at the 2-year grass of the GCI, the spreader elite in the back and the side, versus looking at the front yard, the triple threat, the GCI. It is a noticeable difference when fertilized and when mowed. The 2-year-old grass looks so much nicer, healthier, thicker. The new grass that I'm planting looks like newer grass. It's not yet deeply rooted, established, even come spring, even after planting in fall and it coming in spring. It looks good. I can't complain, but the 2-year-old grass outshined it 100% without a doubt. So I'm trying to, not only that factor that I just mentioned, but 2-year-old grass is going to have deeper roots, more sustainable to be able to survive summers and need less water in the condition it's in. Baby grass needs more water. So to finish this out, most of you are going to be overseeding. You're going to be thickening up your lawn. And so what you want to consider is either tenacity and ethofumicate. And I just wanted to mention that to you one more time, that when you're planting your fall fertilizer, when you're planting your seed, when you're putting down maybe RGS, even propiconazole is something else some people put down at seeding because it does help germination as well. You can plan on, if you've got the budget, to do ethofumicate, because ethofumicate will help to be a pre-emergent. Doing 3 apps of that after your overseeding is going to help you cut down on weeds and cut down on Poa Annua if you have a major Poa Annua problem. That is the way I'm going to go if I was you. But you also have tenacity, a cheaper option, a little bit cheaper option, but with tenacity, you have to put it down the day that you seed. Once your seed germinates, you do not want to put down tenacity. It will hurt that baby seed. If that baby seed has germinated, do not put down tenacity at that point. At that point, if you missed it, you didn't put it down when you put the seed on the ground, you got to wait till you mow that baby seed 2 or 3 mows, then you can put down tenacity at that point. So during that time, if you miss it when you lay down your seed, your tenacity application, your seed is going to grow. You may have weeds grow with your grass. That's why I encourage you, whether it's miso, tenacity, whatever, the generic brand, put down some type of pre-emergent, post-emergent, like tenacity or ethofumicate at time of seeding to help limit the weeds, let the good grass grow, and then you can check on this if you want to put down another application 2 to 3 mows into fall. So I just wanted to remind you of that, but mainly about here in North Carolina when our POA is expected to begin germinating. So I just wanted to kind of do a Monday video talking about pre-emergent, post-emergent, ethofumicate, tenacity, dithiopyr, prodiamine. Maybe some of you are doing straight pre-emergence in your whole yard like me. I think that's the reason why, again, it's going to benefit me in the long run. That's why I'm doing that now. Next year, I 100% plan to overseed. There are areas right now in summer where it's thin. I feel like I need more seed. I need to thicken it up. It's definitely not as thick as I know it was 2 years ago. I've seen it, some of the die off, but I've still got enough grass that's taken over the areas of the lawn where I planted it. But I definitely next year will plan to overseed and try the ethofumicate plan. Overseed, ethofumicate, 3 applications in fall, and hope that the Poa Annua is held at bay. So I hope this makes sense. I just wanted to do this one again because we're entering September. God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in today about pre-emergent, post-emergent, all that good stuff. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Ask your questions below, or come back to the live stream September 8th and ask your questions there. We'll give you our best DIY advice and point you in the right direction, hopefully. God bless you. We'll see you next time.